2, 3 into the...
Yo, we're back with another episode of Walkie Talkie. Today, I got the homie Brian with me. Brian, what's up?
What's up, man? Thank you for having me.
Of course. Can you introduce yourself and tell the people what you do?
I'm Brian. I'm a photographer and director based in L.A. And I take pictures.
How long you been taking photos for?
Like 8 to 10 years, I think.
How long you been in LA? You're not originally from here, right?
I was born in L.A., but I grew up in New England. So I kind of feel like an exile, even though I technically was born here. I don't really feel like I'm from here. I always felt like I was seeing it as an outsider. But like I think I said to you earlier today, I'm not gonna be here forever either. You know, I kind of know that about myself. So I'm trying to make the most of it while I'm here. And then like the more I've photographed here, the more I've kind of felt like there's something keeping me here as well. I have to admit that. As weird as LA is, there's just like stuff here that you can't get anywhere else in the world, and I'm willing to admit that that's the case, especially shooting documentary type photos. There's just amazing material here. So I've been photographing this guy Tristan for 5 years now. He's an Army veteran. He went to Iraq, to the Triangle of Death as Army infantry. You know, since he was a teenager, he's been abusing opiates, and but going to the Army like made it even worse. And so probably like 10 years after he was in the Army, he came out to LA. His dad bought him a bus ticket one way, and he just basically got off the bus and was like homeless at first. And that's when I met him. He was sleeping on the street, and I was at the time I was more interested in like talking to homeless people and stuff. He actually didn't look homeless. He looked really clean, and he's like covered in tattoos. He looked like a cool guy, and I just thought, you know, if he is homeless, he's got his Army sack there. It's kind of sad, and I just wanted to talk to him. And then we ended up basically hitting it off. I mean, Tristan's been for me like the ideal subject for any kind of documentary work, because he wants to be photographed so bad. Like, he's just down. I couldn't ask for anything more. It's like very fulfilling for me to spend time with him. And around the time I met Tristan, I was really interested in trying to photograph drug users, and I didn't really know how to do it. And then Tristan like came into my life, and like pretty much immediately after that, I was given access to be able to photograph him and other people using drugs. And it was like a weird thing, but part of photography for me is like exploring worlds that I don't know that much about, and that I wouldn't have an excuse to go in otherwise. I don't use any drugs. But I'm interested in how is it affecting our society, and I see something of myself in Tristan. But he also is like, he's put it this way, that like when I meet his friends and stuff, he's like, Brian's living vicariously through me. So I think there's some truth to that. He's basically getting free housing for veterans right now. And he's only lived here for 2 months. He used to live in this SRO building downtown called the Roslyn. And that was heavily subsidized, but he was basically paying quite a bit more for his rent because he has a pension from the Army, and basically they found out that he has some income, and so they started charging him more for his rent, and he had been trying to get out of there for a long time. It was definitely not a good environment for him, so I've been very happy that he moved here, but technically no visitors are allowed, so it's been a little bit interesting getting inside. We'll see if we get in. This is part of documentary photography, is are we going to get access or are we not going to get access?
Have you been denied before entry into this
I have
spot?
Officially been kicked out of this place, so we'll see what happens. I'm going to put this away. I'm just nervous. Yeah, put both your cameras away. But yeah, don't say anything. Just tell him you're with me. The question is he home? I'm really hoping he's home. So I didn't mention this, but his phone has been off for like a day. But I did tell him that I want to come through. About to find out. I'm worried he's not home, dude. Tristan. It's Brian. He's home.
He's home?
Yeah.
Bro.
Yo, brother, what's up?
Hey,
You all right?
Yeah, dude.
I'm so glad you're home. Good to see you.
Oh my God, I lost my fucking phone.
What happened?
Let me get in here.
Hell yeah.
I've been passed out.
What happened, brother? What happened?
I don't know. I just lost my fucking.
That's
phone.
all right.
Like,
We're here.
No, I wasn't even like fucked up or anything. Because the last thing I remember that you texted me and you were like something about today, and you were
Yeah.
like, "Is it good? You know, is it good?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's all good."
It worked out, dude. We got in. So yeah, I brought you some photos though.
Oh fuck yeah! That's awesome.
Yeah, only 2, but hopefully they're good ones. Remember that shirt?
Yeah, dude, I love that shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, think of what it was. Thank you, bro.
Yeah, man, of course. Sorry there's not more. It's been a little busy. Is he still alive?
Yeah,
This is the last time I ever saw Chris.
really.
I just thought it would be cool to print one from that day. You got some new jewelry, it looks like.
Oh, yeah, you
Your rings, yeah. Yeah, it looks good.
You didn't see that?
I don't know, I think you had it last time. Did you have it on Monday?
Blvd? Or Blvd? What's it called?
The watch? Where'd you get it? Downtown?
Yeah.
That's where they trick you.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, because I looked up the prices of gold, or prices of silver and everything, and then asked them how many ounces it was and everything, and just didn't add it up what they were telling me. And I was like,
It didn't add up, you said?
Yeah, and I was like, to be like $200 or something. Time, the time and shit, the craftsmanship and all that stuff. And I was
So it was more than that.
yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It was expensive?
This is like, I forget how many ounces it was. This is a fucking ray gun, like a,
This thing?
yeah, it was like a ray gun for a fucking torch. Freak out or anything.
Oh, that's your piece? Oh,
Yeah.
shit. You brought it. Let's get some pictures of it. I think he's got like random pieces of contact sheets on here as well.
Yeah.
Right there is from a contact sheet. There he is at the hospital.
The hospital.
That's at his old apartment.
When you made me point the fucking gun at you.
Did you cover it up? Oh, this one here.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
want to correct her, but I did not want to fucking do it.
It wasn't loaded. This stuff has been through it in the old apartment building. I feel like a lot of people looked through this stuff. Yeah, these are just a bunch of random prints. That was a big one that he broke apart. Got a little bit of, a lot of these are just like work prints.
Yeah, a lot of those I had to cut up to try to figure out what I was gonna, make.
Yeah, and he just does his thing with it. So, this is probably the first photo I ever took of Tristan.
Yeah, that one.
Near MacArthur. Yeah, what's all that? That's blood on this print, right?
Yeah, no, that's.
You cut yourself or something?
I had got fucked up and I ended up punching some glass into the floor. Just kept fucking hitting it.
That's a favorite of mine as well.
Oh, hundreds of
It's like 12 something. 12:45.
I just want to get out of here kind of as fast as possible because I hate it for the dog, dude.
You want to get a new place, you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to get a little more space,
for
dude.
me, I don't mind it, but the dog.
That's hard for a dog, yeah.
Oh. Sometimes that door.
Is that the wind?
Yeah, sometimes the door pops open because it doesn't latch right. And Mom will bump up against it and it'll fucking just fly open.
Ready? Oh, it opens out. I'm just glad that it's safe for you because the rosin was pretty much not.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
The rosin was a joke.
Yeah. Yeah.
Still is a joke, dude.
Yeah. Well, you might want to enjoy it while you can, dude. I know it's small, but
yeah. I mean, I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. It's just her. I'm fucking feel bad for her.
do you want to just talk about what your next, what do you want to do next? What's your next adventure before we bounce? Then you get it.
probably getting that spot and then fucking.
But after that, you know what I'm talking about?
Getting all that straightened out and talking. Once I talk to the legal people and find out, like, you know, my situation back home, if, like, you know, the charges are gone or whatever, because.
But where's home safe for the people?
Oh, North Carolina. Like, I really want to get back there just for my kids, but there's this big thing with my baby mama's mother doesn't want me to see the kids, because back then I didn't have my anger and stuff in more control, and yeah, they were like making up false stuff to get me arrested for, just to, like, you know, keep me away from the place. And so, like, I don't want to go back and get arrested for some shit I didn't do, you know, or whatever, just because I want to see my kids. So I got to figure out if, you know, if I have to go home and do time, you know, just to get it over with or whatever, how much time I'm facing.
Yeah. And
then do that, and, you know, there's nothing else out for me here besides you. I mean, you know, that's.
Well, don't let me hold you back.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm not like that.
I'm gonna follow you back there, and we'll take pictures just the same.
Yeah, I know you wanted to come. Like, you'll always be welcome, you know.
Thank you, bro. Well, I'm excited for you to take that step. So, you know, I'm here to help. All right, man.
I do have a hell of a story.
I know that.
You feel better? You feel better, mamas?
You said you usually have trouble getting into it, or sometimes you have trouble getting in it?
No, I've gotten kicked out because it's pretty annoying, but sometimes when you try to do things the right way, like, the powers that be just come down on you and tell you, you know, the bureaucracy basically shut me down one time when I was coming out here. I thought it was going to be like, oh yeah, you're allowed to be here, and thanks for introducing yourself and blah, blah, blah. But I should have known better. People are still skeptical of photography, and I guess it's like a government facility. So yeah, you got to do what you got to do to get in and make pictures, I guess. Access isn't going to come, like, nobody's going to hand it to you. You know what I mean? You definitely have to want it if it's stuff that isn't going to be seen on the street. And I enjoy that part of it. Like, I love shooting street, but I want to see things I don't normally get to see, and I like making pictures of stuff like that, so it's worth it.
Prior to meeting Tristan and getting close with him, have you ever been around hard drugs like that?
No, and I've never used hard drugs. I was around, I wouldn't consider it hard drugs, but there was definitely a lot of drugs where I grew up.
Where was the desire to photograph that kind of raw hard drugs?
Well, I started seeing it on the street, and just out in the open in Los Angeles. The more I got into photography, the more I started looking at photography, I started seeing pictures of people using drugs in photography. And then I kind of got interested in it. In a way, it presented itself to me, but in a way, I also started asking these questions about my country and about our society and about our culture, and like, why is this stuff happening here? And why am I not seeing it in other places? Like, my wife is from Egypt, and that's a big part of my life. I go over there all the time, and, you know, in Middle Eastern culture, it's more collectivist. It's not really, there's like a social safety net for people that I think prevents them from ever getting to the point of being an addict on the street, you know, or an addict in an apartment all alone. Like, even living alone is like not the way the culture works over there. You know, obviously there's drugs everywhere, but nothing like what we have in America. I've never seen that almost anywhere else in the world. I mean, I'm not even answering your question, because, like, why do I want to photograph it? For me, it's more like really interesting to think about this stuff. And when I go and photograph, then I can like think about it when I look at my pictures. And I'm not really trying to say anything, because you can tell I don't know even how I feel about it, because now I've been around it so much that I'm kind of like cynical. And it hurts me to basically see my friend like struggling with a really serious drug. Fentanyl is really dangerous. I've seen him change since he started using it. You know, he's probably not going to be happy to hear me say that, but he's definitely one of the strongest people I know. Like the fact that he's still alive and he's using this substance, that in and of itself is like a miracle, because it takes a tiny dose of fentanyl to kill someone, you know? So anyway, I worry about him and I want the best for him. And I don't want to take pictures of him smoking dope forever, you know? I want to see him like go on to the next phase of his life, which is, I know what he wants. But for now, like, I'm around to take pictures of whatever he's going through because he wants it and I enjoy doing it. And I hope that one day that the pictures like make us ask some questions about how we can not have this happening in our country. Like, I'm not going to photograph Tristan if he overdoses, you know? I'm not going to take that picture. In fact, I was just thinking this week, I was like, I should have Narcan in my bag. And I've known that for years, but bringing you along made me a little bit nervous because I was like, what if something happens and you're filming? That'll be a hell of a YouTube video if he overdosed, which he could at any time because that stuff's very dangerous. But yeah, I've thought about that. It's pretty dark stuff. I mean, there's other worlds that I've been in where, you know, I thought about, like, I'm working on this project in Watts, and a lot of young guys down there, they pass away all the time from gun violence. And there's times when I've been there and I've thought that somebody was going to start shooting and I wondered what I was going to do because I have my camera, you know? And thankfully that didn't happen, you know? Some photographers are like out looking for that type of stuff. I also think the longer I've been doing this, the more I know I took a lot of pictures of him smoking today. I don't tend to do that anymore because I have a lot of those pictures and, you know, I'm kind of sick of them actually. Like I'm more interested in him and his environment and trying to make compositions that show all the different odds and ends and like interesting things that he has in his house and his dog. And, you know, it was cool that he had the gun there today because that was just like a different prop that we could mess around with and put it in pictures. So one of the things as well is like, you know, I post a picture of somebody using drugs. I'm not trying to glorify it, you know, it is documentary work, and anything that I photograph I'm not endorsing anything that I photograph ever. And I think it's a wrong way to think about photography, especially this type of photography, is that, oh, well, because the person out there making the pictures shared it, or it's in a gallery, or it's in a book or something, that they're somehow condoning what they're showing. But that's totally not how it works, in my opinion.
How much longer do you think you'll be photographing Tristan and going on with this project?
Tristan's probably my most open-ended project, and only because, like I was saying earlier, like we have such a good relationship where I know he wants to be photographed, and I also see like a nice possible arc in his life where he's gonna turn his life around and become a dad to his kids, and I would love to be there to document that. It's probably obvious, like to some people watching, like a big inspiration for me is Mary Ellen Mark, and she photographed Tiny for like 25 years or something, you know? It just kept going, and I don't know, I wish I heard her talk about that project more, but you know, you take breaks. Like, I'm not photographing every week with Tristan, not anymore. I was. We take breaks and things change. He looks different. He moves, you know, he gets a new group of friends. He enters a new kind of like phase in his journey, like what he's going through psychologically, and it makes for different pictures, you know? Yeah, everything else for me is temporary, even shooting in LA. I'm not one of those photographers that's like, even though I've lived the majority of my life here now, I'm not like so loyal. Like, I'm not like one of those people that's like to live and die in LA or whatever. That's not my mantra, and I'm not going to be here forever. I already know that. But, you know, Tristan's something that, even if I was living in another country, I would go out of my way to make sure that I can keep that project alive.
Hollywood now?
Is that cool?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wherever you want to shoot.
Yeah, we can go to Hollywood for a bit. It's like a good detox for me after doing something like that, to just go out and shoot street.
How often are you shooting street these days?
I have a job, so not every day, but I try to be out once a week at least, you know? And for me, that's good. Like when I go out and shoot, I tend to go fast, and I don't know, it's been working. Like I feel like I'm getting pictures. I just keep getting more and more interested in it. And because when you're in a small room, you know, or in a community that you've been in like a million times, like you kind of feel like you've already taken the pictures and you know the faces, you know the cast of characters, you know all this kind of stuff. And I really like chaotic photos, and shooting on the street is the best for that because you don't know what you're gonna get, you know? You don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know who these people are that I'm taking pictures of. And there's always like a funny, I always laugh for some reason when I'm shooting on the street as well. It's amusing to me, actually. And I like it. It makes me happy. Like the other stuff can be hard work, and it can make me feel a little bit like I've got the burden of that story now that I have to go home with it, you know? But shooting street is just fun. I feel like I'm like playing Ding Dong Ditch, you know? If you ever did that when you were a kid. Not that I mean, that makes it sound like I'm harassing people, but everyone knows there's a quandary for street photographers. People get upset. I'm not trying to piss anyone off, but it does definitely amuse me. Did we just find parking? Yeah. Wow. How is this happening? I thought for sure we were going to pay for parking.
Where are we at right now?
We're in Hollywood. Hollywood Boulevard. I'm just getting warmed up right now. Those are both bad photos.
You're a filmmaker? Because you know you made those documentaries and shit.
Mm-hmm. So that's a big thing that got me in with the community and Watts was my short film, Mr. Somebody. You can find it on Vimeo. And that really made me fall in love with the community. I had been photographing a little bit before that, but it wasn't what it is now, I'll put it that way. I got more serious after that. I still want to direct and stuff. I don't really want to do documentary, which is funny because I think I'm getting it out of my system by shooting documentary photos. And for some reason, I don't really want to make documentary films. But I really, Tristan's life story inspired me basically to write a script, and it's fictionalized, but it's still based on his life, and I used his name, and he's cool with that. And it's a war story. It's a drugs and war movie, but it's feature length. I'm not ready to make it right now, but I want to make it, and I want to make a short first. Before I try anything like really ambitious with it. But for some reason, yeah, I see myself more. I never wanted to do that, actually. Documentary was what was interesting to me because it was like real people. And I thought that was like, I don't know, better or something for a long time. But then I just realized like the magic of cinema, which is a huge thing that inspires me in my work. And I realized like Tristan's story, it has to be told with actors. It can't be told in any other way. Making a documentary about him, it's so open-ended, as you've seen, and also like the situation he's in right now. I'm not saying it wouldn't be cool, but it's not what I have in mind. Like there's more of an arc for him in the film.
So the filmmaking / screenwriting, the doc work, like the video stuff, is that your full-time gig? Was that your full-time gig?
No. I run a lab. I own a lab. Add Negative Lab on Instagram. That's my day job. And I enjoy doing that. And it's fun to like basically provide a service that makes people really happy, and I'm making a living doing that. So no complaints. But yeah, of course, it's a business as well. And the more it grows, the more I'm able to find the free time to work on my personal work, you know? Yeah, just like anyone. Yeah, we all gotta work, dude. I think there's some photographers out there that their life would be easier if they were willing to just have a day job, you know? Because you gotta figure out how to buy film if you wanna shoot film, whatever. You gotta figure out how to buy cameras, you gotta figure out how to buy film, you gotta figure out how to buy hard drives if you shoot digital. It costs money no matter what. Film's obviously way more expensive. I complain about the price of it, and that's why I started a lab. So we'll go to the other side. Sorry, bro.
What's like the route here? So this is obviously Hollywood Boulevard. But how far that way do you go and how far that way do you go typically?
I would go all the way down to like Vine. It's cool. It's just not going to be as busy. This is definitely like the strip where it's going to be most busy.
And this is like Highland, between Highland and La Brea.
Yeah, exactly. But when there's events and stuff, it can be busy all the way back to the Metro. So when the Oscars were happening last weekend or whatever that was, it was amazing. It was a lot of fun.
Cross over to that side. Race, Frank.
You talk about the difference in fulfillment or enrichment or energy that you get from being out here shooting stuff like this versus dock work, like being in Watts or even being with Tristan?
It's become almost equally as fulfilling, honestly. I really like doing it. And I kind of wore myself out on some of the dock stuff because I wasn't shooting enough street. I mean, shooting street makes you a better photographer. It's hard. It's really hard to get good photos on the street. So, you know, it's fulfilling. I love doing it. It's really interesting. Oh, go ahead.
Nem mondtad, hogy lehet, hogy még ide kerül. Így meggondoltatod magad az örökké valóságban.
$20. Körülbelül 20-25, de 20-ra szerintem odaadja. Volt Fiasz Múzeum.
Let's cross.
What are some LA cliches, like cliche street photos?
Like homeless guy and some like pretty girl walking next to them, maybe something like that. I don't know. It's not a cliche because there was like a classic photo, obviously the Winter Grand, but it's kind of easy to take that picture maybe, but it works. Cliches are okay because they're like symbols for a reason. I'm not afraid of that. I'm not trying to like really think about what I'm shooting either, which that's kind of what I like. There's no story, right? Like with Tristan, I'm like, what do I want in the picture? What am I trying to compose? I try to shoot so fast for myself on the street, at least, that like I'm not able to think too much about what I'm shooting. I know there's probably a lot of people out there who are way faster, but usually when I look back at my rolls, I don't know, I don't even remember sometimes. Vague recollection, but yeah, I like to be surprised, you know? That's what's interesting about it, I think. You know, it's like jazz shooting on the street. You're improvising when you go out, and then you get to listen to the recording when you scan it or make a contact shoot.
All right, the tour bus is here. Big bus tour.
Empire receive Jesus Christ, Lord and your Savior. You will be saved. You will be saved. And you will be a child of God. You will be a child of God. You can go to heaven. You can go to heaven. You have it to pray to Jesus Christ. To Jesus Christ. You have eternal life. You have eternal life.
Photo with the Oscars, $10 hoodies, $5 souvenirs.
Hello guys, check it out, we got a kids section in the back too.
What makes a good street photo to you? Like things that you're looking at and things that you're looking for?
I don't know, man. I just know when I see it after the fact. I know I'm taking bad pictures right now. That's kind of how it works. Like, I could look through 3 or 4 rolls and not see anything. And then randomly there's gonna be a roll with like 2 good photos on it, you know? I know I must be thinking something, but I try not to think too much when I'm shooting. There's like a little light bulb that goes off that's like, take a picture, and then I try to, you know? Sometimes I miss it, or sometimes I know right away that it wasn't a good picture, but I still take it. You have to do that, I think. It's like sketching. It sounds cliche, but people like to say that about a contact sheet, you know, it's like a sketch. Your scans or whatever, same thing. You're trying to find a picture. There's too much chaos on the street. You can't control anything that happens around you. I like photos that are chaotic. I think we're kind of following Winogrand's lead on that, you know? A photo that's so chaotic that it almost doesn't work. But it just barely works. That's the kind of picture I like. I don't know, it doesn't get old. I get bored on the street as well. And I was telling you the other day, I tend to get bored probably more quickly than the average street photographer. And one thing I've been trying to do, I'm not really doing it right now, but it's really hard to get really close to people. And I don't mean with a flash, like just normally. It's really hard to make a good photo that has people's face filling the frame. And that's something I've been trying to do.
Everything else in there, $5.
And it's really hard. People like Richard Sandler are masters at that. I never got a chance to ask Richard last time I saw him. How do you do that? I want to know the trick. I've tried a bunch of things, but yeah. It's really hard to get as close as you need to be to fill the frame. I can try that, but I personally don't like shooting without looking through the viewfinder. But, you know, I don't know. It doesn't matter how you shot. Some people do that and they take really good pictures. But for me, it's a little more interesting to look through the viewfinder. I think to get really close to people on the street, you have to block them, and then it becomes more aggressive. Goes back to what we were saying before. Are you trying to piss people off? Well, how badly do you want the picture, you know? And what's the vibe on a particular day, you know? Some days you go out, you probably know, like, people yell at you, and you're like, something's off today. Maybe I should just go back, you know? It's just not close enough for me.
You ever find the minimum focus distance on a Leica limiting?
Like at Tristan's, yeah. And I've shot some of my work with him on a SLR. But I don't really like shooting on an SLR, and it's like really big. Yeah.
Suck, dude.
It's not my favorite thing to do. So.
Go?
Damn. No, I don't. But nothing's fast enough except for a rangefinder, you know? So There was a time, like my first rangefinder was a G2. You can't shoot street with that camera. It's not gonna work. I've been trying to like figure out, I don't know the secret, but I want to be invisible. I don't want anyone to talk to me because then I can't really get the pictures I want.
So by the time this video comes out, people would have seen, if they follow the Walkie Talkie series, videos and walkie-talkies from San Francisco and seeing the big community that's out there. They're used to seeing the photo community in New York. What's it like here in LA?
It's a very small community, but there's definitely some people out here making really good photos. I personally think a lot of photographers are sleeping on LA. It's a harder city to live in, like we were talking about earlier, but you can make really cool pictures here. Like, actually, I have to say, I keep mentioning Richard, but he was a big influence on me. He came out here a few years ago, and the way that he talked about LA was almost like changed my thinking somehow, because I had been sort of down on it. I was like, I'm gonna try to shoot street, but it's really hard because LA sucks, you know, it's not a real city, all that kind of stuff. But he was like, if I was your age and I wanted to take street photos, I would be in LA. That's pretty much what he said. And I couldn't figure out what he meant, but obviously I thought a lot about it. And then I looked at more photos that had been taken in the world, you know, and I started realizing that I think he might be right. I don't know. But I think that there's definitely space for more people to shoot street. I personally don't really care if I see somebody out with a Leica. It's not gonna bother me. It doesn't mean I can't take a picture, you know? You know, Adel, I probably wouldn't talk to you about his street, but he was an amazing street photographer when he was like a teenager. And I would love to see him release that work one day, because I think he took amazing photos. Obviously Daniel. And we have other people that are like out regularly, and I haven't seen as much of their work, but they're friends of mine. And it's a budding community, I think. That's probably the right way of thinking about it. Because this stuff is getting more widely like popularized by people like yourself, who are just educating people, you know, through the internet, which is a beautiful thing.
When did you decide black and white was your jam and that was like your go-to choice?
Like 6 years ago. And one of the reasons I never did it sooner was like when I was sending my film to a lab, black and white processing is always more expensive, generally. And sometimes it's a lot more expensive, so I didn't want to spend the extra money, but every time I would get a roll of black and white back from the lab, I always loved it, and I would think, I wish I could do this more. And then I found a cheaper lab, and I took a trip to Egypt in 2018, and that was like early street days for me. I shot all Tri-X, and I was like, I felt like, at the time, it felt like a risk, because I was shooting color. And I still occasionally shoot color, but 99% of the time, black and white. Yeah, wow. Yeah, it could be a little bit of a drive.
What's it saying?
You want to know?
Kinda.
An hour, over an hour. Whew. Yeah, I'm game. I was planning to do this, and I kind of told these guys I was going to be there.
Okay, let's do it then.
This is the reality of shooting in LA, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to get the full experience.
Yeah.
If we go down there and we sit in traffic for an hour, you're going to understand, like, I'm not going to shoot 5 frames and leave because there was so much work to get there. I'm always really happy to go there, so I don't want to discourage you from the sound of the traffic, but yeah, you get a full experience coming to Los Angeles if you let me take you to Watts. I'll put it that way.
How important is originality in your work?
It must not be very important, because I'm like trying to follow tradition here. So everything's already been done. All of us know that. I know my work's not original. Other people have photographed Watts, even Imperial courts. There's a pretty famous book by a Dutch photographer of portraits, take an Imperial quartz. And it's a nice book. It's nice work. I almost let that stop me from shooting there, but I think that would be a mistake, you know, because we all have our own viewpoint. There's always some part of the photographer in the picture. So, you know, those were like 4x5 portraits. I'm shooting 35. That doesn't make it original though, I'm not sure. There's nothing new under the sun. You can't be original. You might be slightly different than what's out there at any given point in history, but you're not original, you know? I'm not too worried about that, I guess. I'd also rather, I'm completely fine with people seeing my work and saying it reminds them of something else. It's not gonna bother me at all, so. In fact, that'd probably make me happy to know that they can see my influence in there somewhere. I like the light like this actually. It's a little bit diffused. Get that nice hazy California light.
So interesting talking about going to Watts when we're in this setting.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta show out the window.
Look at this.
These are like $10 million houses.
I think I'm Fresh Prince of Bel-Air right now.
Yeah. Yeah, you really get a tour of like all the social classes in America just driving from here to Watts.
So we just left Hollywood Boulevard doing street for this portion of this video. Where are we headed to now?
We're going to Watts, specifically Imperial Quartz Project, and I've been shooting there for like, the first time I took a picture there was actually 10 years ago, but I didn't like start taking it seriously until probably 2017, when I made a short doc called Mr. Somebody, and I really fell in love with the community, and I felt like it's just another one of those places that people want to tell their story. And so I felt like, you know, people were giving me permission to work, so I just started shooting and ended up, you know, 6 years later or whatever, I'm still going there. I'm not an expert on the history, but I know that Watts is historically African American, and the makeup of like the Imperial Quartz where we're going, I know it's changed over the years. I think it's like predominantly Hispanic now, but it's still, you know, like a big part of this is like gang culture. It's still controlled by African American gangs, and they kind of like run the area. And yeah, you know, I'm a total outsider in this environment. Like I'm the least gangster person out there. So I'm just fascinated with this world. And I wouldn't say that that's like the focus is not gangs. That's part of the reality there. And I've learned about it because I'm interested in it, but it's really just humanistic work. It's about people. And it's an American story, I think, you know, and I'm trying to do it justice. I'm an outsider, so I'm not claiming to be from there or to understand what it's like to be from there, but I'm showing what I see.
How did you end up doing this? One doesn't typically find themselves in Watts.
Yeah, I started coming here with friends actually, and one of my good friends I've known for a long time, Justin Mayo, runs a charity that's based in the community here. That was my first introduction to it, was coming out. I have another friend that lives in the Midwest now. His name is Jeremy, and he was like involved with that charity, and he took me out here 10 years ago. And he was like, you gotta come see this. I had been to Watts, I think, one time in all the years I had lived in LA back then. I came to see the Watts Towers, like probably anyone who comes to Watts, that's all they're gonna do. And Watts Towers is like famous folk art that's around here. That was literally the only time I've been to Watts. I think that was 14 years ago, I went to Watts Towers, and then 10 years ago, I went to the Imperial Courts for the first time, and I was just like blown away by the sense of community and the openness of the people there. And I was just getting into, actually back then I was shooting on like a digital camera, and I was just interested in taking portraits and stuff. And everybody was just really open and receptive. And then obviously it took a number of years after that for me to start getting more serious about photographing there. But I think that's how I ended up there, you know? I just kind of like stumbled into it.
What was the process in like getting the permission, access, or like being friendly with the community there? Because like you said, you're not really of like, you don't look like the people there.
Yeah. I don't know. It took a while for me to I guess feel comfortable, honestly. I don't know how else to put it. With small, like closed communities, like people remember you for some reason and you become like an old friend almost. And so that's how I usually feel when I go there. Like, I feel like I'm welcome, you know, and I do my best to give back. I don't have very many prints today, but I try to give prints to everyone when I can. I would definitely shout out my friend's charity, Red Eye. If you want to help this community in any way, Red Eye is definitely a good resource. They're doing a lot to give back.
I don't want to say a lot of people, but people are interested in documenting communities a lot of times where they're not from. Any like tactical advice or any like actual advice for someone to start doing that? Because it seems like that's something what you've done here, basically.
Yeah. I don't know. I think you'll know if you're not welcome. Like, that's one thing. It's very difficult. Like, if you want to get access somewhere and you need to ask how to get the access, you want to ask someone else about that, it's too late. You're not going to get it. Like, you have to figure that out yourself. I can't give you any advice on how to get access. Like, that's just not how it works. So I don't know how I did it. I have no idea, and I'm really grateful that I can go and like see this world that I'm not from, and that's how I feel about it. And I just try to be myself. I don't know what else to do. I'm not trying to sell anything, and I don't make any money doing this, you know? I spend a lot of money doing it, and I didn't make any money from my documentary, you know? So I try to tell people that, and that helps maybe, but you know, there's still people out there who probably think I make money doing it somehow, like people in the community, I mean. I'm not like a photojournalist that needs to go out and do an assignment and figure out for one day, how do I get access to this place? This has been like a long-term thing where I've established friendships and there's people I like to see, and it's the same with Tristan, and that is all you could ever ask for if you're trying to make long-term photo work. It's kind of like being spoiled in a way to just keep going back to the same place because I know it's cool for me to do it. You have to figure out what you want to shoot, and then if you want it badly enough, then you'll probably get access. I don't know, it's going to be a book. This is probably going to be the first book I ever do.
Similar to the question with the Tristan stuff, when do you know it's over?
This one's going to end sooner. I feel like I want to try to land the plane here on this project. Whenever I do the book, I obviously want to like try to give back a portion of the proceeds to the community, give out a bunch of free books, all that good stuff.
Yeah, I feel like the fear with doing projects, it's just so long, it's like letting go.
It's hard to let go.
Right, because you just don't know. Because it's become such a big part of your life.
Yeah, dude, and I feel like I keep going back and getting pictures that I like, and then I'm like, well, what if I say I'm done and then I keep getting nice pictures there, you know? That's okay. Yeah. You can update the project. Watts is like this big cast of characters. You never know who you're gonna see. You never know who might be locked up. People go to jail for like a year. They go to jail for like 6 months. They go to jail for longer. There's people I really like to photograph that they've been in jail for so long that it's been years now, and I wish I could see them and take more pictures, you know? So I have no idea what we're gonna see today. Okay, all right, this is Nickerson. This is like one of the other famous housing projects down here. There's like Jordan, Nickerson, and Imperial Courts. Nickerson and Imperial Courts have had like a peace treaty for a long time, or they're at least like cordial. But like Jordan Downs and Imperial Courts are beefing, and there's been times when I've like had kids from the community in the car and they don't even want to like go near the Jordan Downs projects because it's like enemy territory. It's kind of how it works down here. As an outsider, you're like immune to it, but like that's how they grew up, you know, knowing areas that are off limits and stuff. Yeah, and it's literally so close. You could walk. Let's walk around this thing. Oh, here's Wooch. Yo, dude.
Yeah, bro.
Not too much. It's been a minute.
Over there.
How are
Yeah.
you? Where?
Leasing shit down there by my house.
Really?
Yeah. How's it going? Everything good?
It's good, dude. It's good to see you.
You know,
It's been a minute.
Yeah.
I haven't seen you in like a while.
Since the last little shoot.
Yeah, that other guy.
Last year.
Yeah, that was like last year. Yeah. I've been busy. You know I had a kid, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. What's going on over there?
They was just fighting and shit. Police pulled up, tried to clear it out.
Can we go check it out?
Yeah, let me Bob. What you trying to do? I just need to sign my name.
What's up, bro?
Man, I thought you was in Egypt somewhere. Right
No,
now,
I'm not in Egypt.
How
Good to
doing,
see you,
man?
man.
Man, look, man, I wish you was just here. They just
you-
had me right now. Man.
Did that help at
1,000
all?
Cars for no reason. Hell yeah.
Really?
Man, look, they just had me right now. 5 minutes ago, 1,000 cars for no reason. They just
Was that what just happened?
1,000 people outside. They just walked up to me and
Yeah,
get me. I ain't no criminal. I ain't no parole, probation. I ain't no criminal at all.
You want to say what happened over there when there was like
We
50
right here
cops?
without- I had just crashed my whip. You
Yep.
feel me? Like on Wilmington.
Yep.
And I was coming. No, matter of fact, it had a like an electrical failure, so we had to like hope it starts so we can get to the hood.
Yep.
We was on some regular shit, you know. We get to the hood right here on 114th Women Attainment Project. The police turn right behind us, and you know they know me, so you know when they see
Yeah.
me, they probably he one of the criminals from the hood. You
Yeah.
feel me? But I got license, I got registrations, I got insurance, so they did what they usually do. So a black man that's doing good, that they think doing negative, they grab me, you know, because they see me every day, but they don't know my name. They ain't never ran my name.
Yeah.
So that particular day when you documented it,
Yeah.
it happened. You happened to be in the area when they pulled me over on Grape, but I had to make it to the hood. So the hood, because if I was down there, you wouldn't have been able to document that. So I made it. They pulled me over on Grape at the stop sign, but I made it all the way to you.
Yeah.
The community, so y'all can document
there's
that shit.
the whole
Because I
community
know
was
I ain't got
out.
No
Yeah,
drugs,
yeah.
no guns, you know. I don't
Yeah.
fuck around with all that shit. You feel me? You know, it's just part
Yeah.
of the community, but you know, I don't fuck around with that shit. So
Yeah.
when I came right here, they asked for the driver's. I complied. I gave them everything, but they took me out my car illegally. They took some of my goods illegally. They gave me an illegal ticket illegally. I had license and registrations. So I'm still trying to recover from a lot of the trauma the LAPD puts on our community. You know what I mean? It ain't just me, but that was a part of the story that when you documented that for me, that helped me out in 1,000 ways.
Dude,
So
I'm glad to hear. I'm glad to hear.
And as
Wow.
for today, this particular day, man, you know, just another day.
Do you want to walk over there with us, or are you going to try to stay away?
You want to, you know?
Yeah.
They see me with you, they know it's over with. I brought
Okay.
my lawyer.
All right.
Let me document, you know, me and you good in the hood.
Cool.
You know, they can do all the harassing, but they don't know I got reach. You know, I got people that do good in our community that have resources to helping me file a complaint against LAPD.
Right.
I got 1,000 videos in my phone I can show you on top of what you documented for me.
I believe you.
About all the harassment. Just us black folks, we scared to go in there and file that lawsuit. You feel me? Because they ain't gonna give it to us 9 out of 10, but that'll put pressure on their department to stay the fuck out the black community if they not doing good like you guys are.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's busy. Some of the OGs are out, huh?
OGs out here.
All right, yeah. They're more camera shy than the young people.
Yeah, let's take a walk to the outside, see if them cracker jackets still right there. No disrespect to my Caucasian folks. I'm not racist.
What up, Trill? Good to see you, bro.
How you been?
How are you? Good to
my
see
boy.
you.
Oh, this your boy?
It's been a minute, yeah. Yeah, dude.
Get it from head to toe, stay clean, stay, y'all mean? This Trill family, great, the one and only, y'all mean? My nigga C Razzin. Oh, you got the handshake in the air with it. Ooh. My brother, man, this is my other brother, man. Y'all mean? C Razzin, man.
What's up? How are you?
Man. You feel? Oh, you want a picture? No, all right, she don't want a picture.
Sure, she doesn't want a picture?
Yeah, she cool.
All right.
Oh, he's that's my boy, though, man. That's really my dog. Hell yeah, that's my boy. Cause he taking the off guards and all that. Then he gonna bring your
Off
shit
guard, bro.
black and white. On P, like something you can put up in your house and all that. You feel me?
Trill, Does C5 get out?
No, not yet.
When does he get out?
Supposed to get out. I thought it was this month. I ain't sure yet.
What up, Little D? Of course I know Little D. What's up, man? How are you?
Good, man. How you
Good
doing?
to see you.
Good to see you too, bro.
You can hit me up though, be right here.
You got all my pictures.
Yeah, I've been taking pictures of this kid since he was a little boy.
Long time, man.
Yeah.
You got one of my best pictures I had.
Look, they back, be right.
All right. I'm gonna take pictures of the cops.
They ain't finna jump out on nobody. Why?
We can come back over here.
You know, be right.
I want to take pictures over there.
Over where?
Of the girls over there. Yeah. Oh, damn, everyone's out.
Yeah, I'm telling you, some gangster shit going on there.
All right, I want to see what the hell is
They still
going on.
Y'all can document this
Yeah.
shit. Get this shit. This late.
What up, bro? Good to see you. Been a minute.
Yeah, man.
How are you?
You got nothing to do with me, huh? Okay, what's your real name? Hey, how you been?
Yo, dude, what up? Did you get the print?
Yeah.
Yeah? You like it?
Yeah. You ain't never put me over in the hood. I ain't never took my ID scanner, none of that in the last 3 years.
All right, yeah, let's see what's going on.
The picture of her right here, you know, we have freedom of publishing. We protected by the amendments. You know what I mean? What's that? The fourth amendment? The freedom of press. The first. Yeah, we got freedom of press.
What's going on right now,
I
though?
want you to know that I understand my amendments on camera.
I'm not trying to, yeah.
Do your thing, man. Do your thing.
Yeah, but you know, the guys in the community know me, so I'm not, you know, we should be good.
All right, be safe.
Yeah, thank you.
Be careful.
Thank you.
Get my good side.
All right. Nice, yeah.
Be careful, guys.
All right, thank you.
Why are you saying something? They could have just said, have a good day. They were just shooting. They want to let y'all know. Y'all
Yeah, I know what you mean.
In the hood. You've been in the hood longer than them. You've been in the hood longer than these cops that's working here.
I appreciate you saying that, but
Come on, man.
should we go over to the big crowd over there? Or is that the gangster stuff going on? All right.
Everybody know him right? Yeah, no,
Okay.
I know everybody know. You know, just
All right.
telling them some gangster shit going on.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Be rap, but
You guys don't need to shelter me. Come on.
nah, once my
I've
young
seen
niggas
the real-
Be rap is good.
Yo, Day. I got a picture for you, bro. Just the man I'm looking for. I got a picture in my car.
Yeah, we bring
Yeah.
I'm ready to get
What
the
up, bro?
motherfucker.
How are you? Good to see you, bro.
Just chilling, man.
Yeah, you gotta
It's cool if I shoot.
Yeah, it's cool.
I've been good, dude. Yeah, it's been a minute. You look good, bro. Every time I see you, you lose more weight every time I see you. You guys want one? All right. Ready? All right. I got a print for you, bro. Yeah, I got a photo for you. I never gave it to you. Yeah.
Nigga need some nigga good and some music, girl. That shit gonna be hot. I'm telling you that. Huh?
It's not a video there.
All right.
Wait, I got the first one. Wait, why you so close?
I'm not close enough.
Come on, dope.
Wait, hold
We got to get some off guard, though.
All right. So how we gonna get the pictures? I'm gonna get the pictures.
I'll send them to him on Instagram. Is that cool?
Oh, you better send them. I'm not playing.
Yeah. I want to get my prints, to be honest, but we can wait a few more minutes and then we'll go do that. Yeah.
How many prints you got to give out?
Only 2.
Only 2?
Yeah. It's not ideal. Not trying to make a big show out of it. Yeah? There's some drama or what? What happened?
Just a lot of politics, you know, politics.
Hood politics? Yeah. Someone from another hood or what? No?
Family business.
Hell yeah.
Did it happen right here?
Yeah, right here.
Was there a fight?
The police fucking with us. They left because y'all came.
Yeah, that's what they were saying.
They left.
We scared him away, huh?
Yeah.
So you like that?
Yeah.
All right. Call me anytime you want me to scare him away.
No, for real. For real. They left. They really left because y'all came. Real shit.
No, I believe you. Because they're gonna harass you guys if no one's here, right?
They was already harassing us. Take a picture of my boy. JJ. JJ, get the flop picture. JJ.
Keep the pic.
Take the picture right there. Throw them foes up. Throw them foes up.
I got it, bro.
Take it. Wait, take
Yeah.
it. Take it. Come on, let's take it, JJ. Come on, let's take it.
JJ, you don't like that. Throw them balls up, JJ. You don't like that. JJ. Hey, give me JJ. JJ.
What's this?
My job.
That's your job? You're working right now? Really? You want to tell me about that?
Shit, this is for the kids at school and shit. Make sure they get home safe because of all the shootings and shit.
Really?
So it's just a couple of us doing it from the community.
Is that something new?
Yeah, it's all the developments.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that because there's been more shootings recently?
Well, recently, it just started back up.
Okay.
Yeah,
so it's really been active, huh?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
That's
Wow.
why he's saying be careful and shit. It was a shooting earlier somewhere.
Do you think we should be careful or not?
Now, right now, we good.
But at night?
Yeah.
Wow. They always happen at night?
Nah, not really shit. Depending on how they feeling when they want to come. But you know, we out here. We got kids out here. Everything gonna be good.
Yeah. What up, bro?
So what you had going on today, man?
We just came through. He's working on this video.
Hair wild and all that.
Is it wild? I tried to cut it before this. You want to get this photo? You want to walk to the car?
Yeah.
We'll walk back with you because I want to shoot. Yeah.
1 second.
I can just bring it to you. I'll bring it to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be right here.
Okay. All right. Yeah. But
Every time you come back, you make prints?
it's nice to show up. Like, I don't like showing up empty-handed, you know?
Yeah.
But it's not that big a deal. If, you know, everybody understands we all have a life, you know?
Yeah.
People like getting their picture taken and I can send it to them on Instagram. Sometimes that's enough, but I always try to make prints. Like, for a long time, I was printing in a bathroom, so it was a lot harder. Now that I have a real dark room, hopefully I can do it more. Yeah, go this way. You like it? You forgot about it? Thank you, bro. I appreciate it.
My boy.
I think you already saw it on my Instagram.
Yeah, don't play with my boy B.
You like that?
Yeah.
You like that?
It's a rough day in the hood. He rough as it's gonna get. Yeah, I mean.
That was a rough day?
When was this?
This was when? March of 2024.
2024?
No, that's
this
now.
is last year. Yeah, last year.
That was like in December.
Like
December, yeah.
December last year, damn. You remember that?
I remember this day. It was some real shit happened on this day. And I looked like this.
You just got in a
real
fight.
Shit. Yeah, I had a fight. Yeah, it was like dog time. I was on that.
What do you do with these prints that he gives you?
I always put them up.
Put them up?
Right now I got like I think I got another. I just put them in like, cause I sketch and shit too.
Oh,
so I
dope.
like put them in my folder.
That's sick.
When I get a house, all this shit went up in my
You guys are all in it.
big as fuck.
We try to get all together.
Talk big.
It took,
You like that lady?
yeah, kind of, yeah. It's like that. It's old school.
But no. Dana, she don't do what he do.
But I think
she do it digital.
she doesn't do a dark room.
I think
she
so.
does.
You think so?
I think she probably does.
She
Yeah.
probably know how.
Yeah.
But she always do.
Did you get a
old
photo
school
from her?
flipping.
Yeah. I got
Oh,
a
really?
couple of them.
Oh, cool. Yeah, her photos are nice.
Yeah, she do her thing.
I
That's
got
cool.
a book, but
She got me when I was like, what? I was like,
When you were a kid.
yeah,
I have the book.
Probably like 12 in that picture. That was my first time getting a mohawk.
How long you been with Brian?
They had this green color.
Didn't I meet you from Jeremy, though?
Yeah, your boy.
That's like 10 years ago, bro. Jeremy took me here in 2014.
But I personally.
Oh, you met me after that?
Yeah, it was like.
Yeah, it's more recent. Yeah,
Because I remember him. I remember seeing him.
Yeah,
Chilling with my bro.
I didn't know you back then.
Yeah, then he just disappeared. And then, shit, I seen him that one last time, and that was it.
He moved.
But yeah, overall, like probably like a good 5-6 years.
Something just happened?
Honestly, I don't know. Stay back, boo.
You think we should stay back? All right. If we were on the street, I would be back there. But when we're in a community, it's like a little more sensitive. I'm not trying to get involved in like what they call hood politics. You know what I mean? And that's not really what I'm here to photograph.
You know, we gotta charge you for saying shit like that, man. You can't be saying no shit like that.
I'm trying to stay out of trouble, bro.
Yeah.
Should I not go back here or should I go back here?
No, don't go back there.
What's happening? Is there gonna be a fight?
Politics.
There's not gonna be shooting, is there?
It might do, might not. Everything goes crazy. You stand right here with the gang members.
Are we cool right here?
Yeah, y'all good.
All right.
All that weed.
It's ran out of film. Maybe don't stick your camera back there. Yeah. Just running out of film all day. Yo, Wooch. I can't take a picture.
Not right now.
Okay. Somebody gonna be pissed if I do that?
Yeah, there's some inside stuff right now.
Yeah, I'm with all that kind of thug with you niggas all to the sun, up to the sun, down and all that. I'm clear. You got these niggas come 3 hours away on Cleveland. That's what it is. They gonna need somewhere to sleep. I'm clear, keeping 100 with a nigga. You feel me? Nigga ain't no bum out here because you know, cuz. Nigga ain't no weirdo.
So then this is like usually what I do is I just kind of become a fly on the wall because half the time I don't always understand what's going on, but I know usually like somebody tells me if I shouldn't be taking pictures. So I just take pictures until I'm told otherwise, you know? Who's this guy? Some white guy over there.
Oh, the church people right there.
Oh, the church people? Oh, wow, there's a bunch of them. Yeah, wow.
Yeah, he ain't answered because he's mad. I'm mad I left him. Yeah, nice to meet you always, man. I like it.
Off guard, I'm zoned out. Look at, she's trying to do a cute off guard. There ain't no off guard, girl.
B, you supposed to be taking a picture of this, B. You supposed to be getting all this.
I did. I've been shooting.
But you gotta stand back and just.
I'll stand back. All
just
right.
like
Is this
click
good?
and just get that.
Is that good?
You just gotta get that frame that everybody out here.
Got everyone.
Whatever, baby.
Be man, we're Destiny.
She I need to call her. She just texted me and said that she was
Come over this way.
welcoming community. You know, just open and people full with love. I feel like you just gotta get it out of them. You know? It's hard maybe sometimes you walk up to a person and you talk to them, they might not say nothing. When you catch somebody self, you say something to them, they give you a different energy if you know them.
Yeah.
And that's how you form relationships.
How late do you stay out?
Me? It just depends on the vibe.
Yeah, but it's a Friday night.
Right now, yeah, it's BG Friday, actually. So what I'm thinking about doing is going to get a bottle of BG, which is Hennessy. Yeah. I'm ready to go get a bottle of BG and just start right now.
Cool, all right.
And that just lead, if I get the bottle right now, that just lead into all night.
You never know what could happen.
You never know when you might go in the house, what might happen.
All right.
Who show up. There's a couple of people out here that haven't been out here since last year.
I know. I see a lot of familiar faces.
Yeah, the projects actually really crack when the sun come out. Like I feel like the sun determines everything. Once the sun is out and it's fully going.
So if it's cloudy, people don't come out?
Not really.
Oh wow.
Some people like that in the house under the blanket.
Yeah.
That type stuff.
Yeah.
But mostly like when it's like this, a sunny day, you'll catch everybody out.
Wow. Yeah, I'm gonna get over here and take some pictures. All right.
BG. Hey, what we just talking about? I hurt. BG. Like this.
BJ, that's all the shit they give me respect.
Right.
Hey.
Goldie, what up, bro? It's been a minute.
Man.
How are you?
What's up, man?
Damn.
What's up, Brian? What up, man?
I'm good, man. When did you get out? Recently,
5
right?
months ago, yeah.
How long were you in?
5.
5 years? Damn. Damn.
Brian, what's cracking with
What
you,
happened, dude?
I had to go pay
They
mine.
got you for 5 years?
I had to go pay mine, you know what I'm saying? Get it out the way.
Get it out the way. Everybody wears like Toronto Blue Jays gear around here.
That's crazy. I'm saying, where your wife at?
She's home. We had a kid.
Yeah, I know. I remember.
Yeah, we got a baby. Oh, yeah, that's right. We talked on Facebook. Yeah.
Brian, we gotta link up though for sure, man.
Okay, bro. Stay out of trouble.
All right, I'm
Yeah.
cooling.
Yeah.
I'm cool. I work in the Oregon Flying. I'm chilling.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Take care of yourself. Yeah. Because I don't want to go another 5 years. That's not cool.
At all.
Let me get a picture of you, man. Yeah. Last time I took a picture of you was on the island, right?
Island.
Yeah. This guy was in the documentary, and I haven't seen him in 5 years, so that was cool.
All right, that's going to do it for this episode of Walkie Talkie. Brian, thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for taking me around today.
Thank you, Paul, for coming. I had a blast.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. Let the people know where they can show you some love.
Instagram, at Brian Wertheim. That's pretty much it, actually.
Dope. All right, man.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate you.
Take it easy.
Peace.
Now when they see us in the streets, all they want to do is take pics, and I'm like,